Here are the best SD cards for your Steam Deck and why. Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy and your favorite berserker, Gardiner. There are 3 things that you need to know about selecting the right SD card for your Steam Deck. The first thing that you need to know is that the SD association is at least competent when compared to, the USB forum. USB 3 Gen 2x2, what the hell is that about? But there are a lot of numbers and specifications and various things about SD cards that can make buying the right one with confidence next to impossible. So now I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest things that you need to know when buying a card and maximizing its compatibility with the Steam Deck. First is the UHS rating. Now this can be a little confusing as there are 2 UHS rankings. According to the Steam Deck's technical specifications, the deck's SD card slot is a UHS 1 bus. Compatible cards will have this denoted on the card itself by a capital I or a Roman numeral 1 next to the SD card type, so SDHC1 or SDXC1. SDXC UHS 1 SD cards will provide up to 104 megabytes a second of sequential read, with SDHC UHS 1 cards providing 50 megabytes of sequential read. However, there's also the UHS speed class, where UHS 1 spec talks about the device's maximum read speed. The UHS speed class is talking about the SD card's sequential write speed. This is denoted by a U with a digit inside it. For example, a U1 card is capable of a maximum sustained write of 10 megabytes a second, where a U3 card can do 30 megabytes a second. For the Steam Deck, what you want is an SDXC UHS 1 U3 card. Buying a card that's a tier above the UHS 2 class would be throwing your money away, and the Steam Deck wouldn't be capable of taking advantage of those speeds. Similarly, U3 cards are the highest class cards in the UHS 1 spec. But the fact is, the U3 card denotes the maximum sequential write speed. Now that's great for copying games to your SD card, but games don't really write that much data back to your storage. So as long as the card that you buy is a UHS 1 U3 card, you're good. However, while games don't write a lot of sequential data, they can write lots of small pieces of data all over the file system. They call this random I/O. And that's where the application class for SD cards comes in. Now let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying these Steam Deck videos? Do you want to see more of them? Why not like that smash button? And also, while you're at it, swipe that subscribe button so that we can get to 100,000 subscribers by July. We won't make it there without your help, so thank you. See, SD cards will have either an A1 or A2 somewhere on the card. If you don't see either A1 or A2, then it's safe to assume that the card is A1 class. A1 class cards can perform up to 1500 IOPS of random read and 500 IOPS of random write. IOPS standing for input-output operations per second. Meanwhile, A2 cards more than double the IOPS, 4000 random reads and 2000 IOPS random write. An A2 card is significantly more performant when loading from or even saving to an SD card. This is because games read and write data in a seemingly random way. Maybe there's a small texture over here and a large one over here and the saving goes here. So having more IOPS means more data can be read more randomly from across the SD card in a given second. So making sure that you buy an A2 class card is important to ensure that you get the best performance out of the Steam Deck when running a game off the SD card. But I said that there were 3 things that you need to know. And the final thing is really the size that you want. Decide how big you want your storage on your SD card. Now on my Steam Deck, I actually opted to buy the maximum card that I could. So I bought a SDXC UHS 1 U3A2 card at 1 terabyte. Now, once 2 terabyte cards are available on the market, the Steam Deck should be able to support them, but for the moment, 1 terabyte is the maximum size that you can actually buy right now in the micro format. So now that we have all of that out of the way, I have a few suggestions for which cards I think are the best. First up, we have this Samsung Evo Select SD card. It's an SDXC UHS 1 U3A2 card that comes in a number of sizes: 128, 256, and 512 gigabytes. This is a great option, especially if you don't want or need a 1 terabyte card, since as of the making of this video, they don't really have a 1 terabyte option available for sale. Next up, we have this SanDisk Extreme card. Now, it's got the same specs as the Samsung Evo, though it is a little bit pricier. But the nice thing about the SanDisk is that you've actually got more size options. So you can actually have a 400 gigabyte or you can have a 1 terabyte card, and for a relatively reasonable price for 1 terabyte. And all of this is really cool because if you want to help support this show and you want to get one of these cards, you can use the links below. They're affiliate links, and a portion of your purchase will help me out on the show here. So thank you. But I'd like to know what you think. What kind of SD card are you using on your Steam Deck? Let me know, leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. You should also know that I have a second channel that I just launched with my girlfriend. You can find a link to that on screen right now, so go check them out. I hope you find them funny. I sure do. I want to take a second and thank Glenn Steen, one of my top tier Singularity members, for his continued support. It's because of people like Glenn and the rest of the folks over here that I've been able to grow the show into what it is today. So thank you. If you believe in the work that I'm doing and you want to help support this show, help it grow, use the links below to join up and become a Linux warrior on Patreon or YouTube members. And thank you. I think that's going to do it for now though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.